Okay. Hello everyone. Today I am going to show you how to solve numerical of this chapter motion. Let's start. So your first question is based on distance and displacement. Question says a man travels 1.5 meter distance towards east, then 2.5 meter towards south, and then 1.5 meter towards west. You have to find total distance covered and you have to find total displacement. So in this type of question, first thing you have to do is to draw a diagram. So a man travels, let's say man is here, so it is traveling 1.5 meter east. So this is your east, so this is your 1.5 meter. Okay, then 2.5 meter towards south, that means in this direction. So this is your 2.5 meter in south direction, and then 1.5 meter towards west, that means again it is going in this direction. Okay, so this is your again 1.5 meter. So this is your diagram where this is your starting point, so S, this is your ending point, so E. So now first what you have to find, total distance covered. So total distance covered is actual path length covered. So 1.5, so your A answer is 1.5 plus 2.5 plus 1.5. So when you add this, what you will get? 5.5 meter. So this is your distance. Now for displacement. Displacement is shortest distance, or it is distance between initial position and final position, and it is this much. And how much is this? Equal to 2.5 meter. Hence your displacement is nothing but 2.5 meter. By simply observing diagram, you can determine this. No need to do any calculation. Okay, moving to second question. So an object, okay, before attempting this question, you should know all three equation of motion. Okay, it is important to remember them. Okay, so now start with question. An object moves along a straight line with an acceleration of 2 meter per second square. If its initial speed is 10 meter per second, what will be its speed 2 seconds later? So first thing, as I told you, what you have to write is all the parameters. So what are all the parameters? Your acceleration, which is 2, your initial speed, which is 10, and your time, which is 2 seconds. Okay, so your acceleration is 2 meter per second square. Your initial speed, that is u, is 10 meter per second, and your time is 2 seconds. Okay, what do you have to find? Velocity after 2 seconds. So you have to find final velocity. Which equation of motion you are going to use? So you have to see in the last two equation you have distance parameter, which is not given. That means you cannot use last two equation. Only first one you can use. So what is first equation of motion? V equal to U plus AT. Right. So now it is simple. Simply you have to put this numbers in this equation. So instead of U I will write 10. Instead of A, I will write 2. Instead of T, I will write 2. So, when you solve this, 10 plus 4, 14 meter per second is your answer. Easy? Okay, let's move to next one. So, a train traveling from rest attains a velocity in 5 minutes. Assuming that the train acceleration is uniform. Okay, I think this question is thing is missing. Okay, let's move to next question. There is some numbers missing in this question. Okay, so let's move to next question. Okay, this is graph question. The graph given alongside shows how the speed of a car changes with time. So carefully look at the graph. One is your speed, one is your time, one is in kilometer per hour, one is in hour. So what you have to find is you have to observe this graph and then you have to answer this question. So what is initial speed of the car? So what is initial speed? This is 10. So first answer is 10 meter per second. What is maximum speed attained by the car? So highest point in this graph. So any of this line you can take. This is around 35 if you see. So highest maximum speed attained is 35 meter per second. Sorry, not, it is kilometer per hour. It is given in kilometer per hour. So 35 kilometer per hour. Now next, which part of the graph shows zero acceleration? So when I say zero acceleration, that means that part where your speed is constant. So if you look at the graph carefully, you will observe that part BC of this graph is having same or constant speed. So that part, that means has zero acceleration. So this part BC is your zero acceleration. Okay, so answer of third one is BC. So here I will write BC, and maximum speed you can write 35 km per hour. Okay, fourth question, which part of the graph shows varying retardation? It is not varying uniformly acceleration. So non-uniform part of this graph is, yes, C, D. So the answer of this is C, D. And find the distance traveled in first 8 hours. So starting from 0 up to 8, you have to find distance covered, which is nothing but area of this trapezium plus area of this rectangle. So you have to find area of A, B. Let's name this as C. So CO, this is your trapezium, okay? Plus area of rectangle. Rectangle is BC, and let's name this as E. So EC. So this is your trapezium and this is your rectangle. Now this I am not going to do. This you have to do and see if you are able to, because this type of question I have shown you earlier also. So try to do this question by your own by looking at the values. Okay, moving to next question. The brakes applied to a car produces deceleration of 6 meter per second square in opposite direction to the motion. If car requires 2 seconds to stop after application of brakes, calculate distance traveled by the car during this time. So what you have to calculate is distance. So when you apply a brake, what is given here, first thing is your deceleration, that is 6 meter per second square. So what I will write is, so your acceleration is, because it is in opposite direction, so I will put a minus sign, minus 6 meter per second square. Time is your 2 seconds. Now what you have to find? You have to find distance traveled by the car during this time. Now when a car moves after applying brakes, it suddenly come to a stop. So your final velocity is 0. Right? What you have to find is S. Okay. Now what to do? To find S, you have two equations. Last two. One is S equal to ut plus half at square. So I will write that. Okay. S is ut plus half at square. And one is v square equal to u square plus 2as. Right? Or 2as equal to v square minus u square. Same thing. But in both, if you see, what you have is u, and u is not given in the question, right? So that means first you have to find u, then only you can find s. For finding u, use first equation, so u plus 80. Okay, so I will use this equation first to find u, and then I will use that u to find s. So your v is 0, u, this is plus minus 6, this I will write in bracket, and your time is 2. So u will come out to be 12 meter per second. Now use here this value of u to find out distance traveled. So now either equation, any of these two equation you can use because you have all things. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use equation third. So this your v square equal to u square plus 2s. So 0 square u square means 12 square plus 2 into a is your minus 6 into s. So when you solve this, s equal to 12 into 12 divided by 2 into 6. So that will give me 12 meter. So your answer is 12 meter. Okay, so in this type of question, so this is not direct question. Okay, here two parameters you have to find, then only you can do. Okay, now moving to next question. Okay, a ball is gently dropped from a height of 20 meter. If its velocity increases uniformly at the rate of 10 meter per second square, with what velocity will it strike the ground? After what time will it strike the ground? I have to find velocity with which it will hit the ground, and after, so let's say you are dropping a ball from 20 meter height, after what time it will reach the ground. Now one more important thing I want to tell here, many students are doing mistake in that is, pay attention to unit. Now meter per second square. Here acceleration is not written. Okay, but meter per second square is the unit of acceleration. That means this 10 meter per second square is what? It is acceleration. That you have to keep in mind. This is not your velocity. Velocity unit is meter per second. Keep that in mind. Here height, that means distance is given 20 meter. Okay, now let's start. We will write first what things are given. So height, that is s or h, is 20 meter. Your acceleration is 10 meter per second square. First, because the ball is dropped gently, so initial velocity u is 0. It is dropped starting from rest position. So first you have to find v, which it is going to hit the ground, and the time it is going to take to reach the ground. So if you see first given quantities, which equation you are going to use to find v? Last one, because you don't have time. Okay, so last equation is your v square equal to u square plus 2as. So v square as it is, this will become 0 by u. So this term will go to 0. I will directly write this. So 2 into a is 10 and this is my 20. So your v is under root 400 and it is square root of 20. So 20 meter per second. So it is going to hit the ground with velocity of 20 meter per second. Now time. Now use first equation. So first equation is v equal to u plus 80. Okay, I am writing equation here. So v equal to u plus 80. So v equal to u is 0. So v equal to 80 or t equal to v by a. So your v is 20, a is 10. So 20 by 10, this is my 2 second. So in 2 second it is going to hit the ground with velocity of 20 meter per second. Okay, so pay attention to your units. If units are not same, then first you have to convert them into same unit, then you have to do. And meter per second square is given. It's not written explicitly here if you see acceleration, but it is acceleration. Okay, uniformly at the rate of. That means this is your acceleration, not velocity. Okay, so this is end of your lecture. This numericals. You can do some more numericals. You have an NCERT book. Try to solve them, examples and numericals. They are important to understand this concept and use of this equation. And if you have doubt, please contact me. Thank you.